Hello, my name is Julie Van Vu. Sounds kind of catchy, doesn't it? Sounds like it could be some famous Chinese karate person, something like Jackie Chan. Well, anyways, Julie never existed 20 years ago. As a matter of fact, not even 2 years ago. But before I tell you more about me now, I wanted to share with you where it all began. It all started on July 28, 1992, the day I took my first breath of air. I was born in a small town in British Columbia called Prince Rupert, the wettest city in Canada. So growing up, it was pretty much miserable. It was my mom, dad, my older brother Jimmy, and myself. Everyone thought me and Jimmy were twins, but we weren't. We were just 1 year apart. Oh, did I mention we both had that ridiculous looking mushroom haircut? Yikes. Me and Jimmy were best friends, but when it came to the toys we played, it was like night and day. He loved his Hot Wheels cars, and I was obsessed with Sailor Moon. One year on Halloween, me and my brother decided to wear Power Ranger masks. He chose the Blue Ranger, and of course, I chose the pink. And year after year, it was getting difficult for me to be what I wanted. One year, I wanted to be a princess, but I got denied. My parents said I was a boy, and boys can't be princesses. I was mortified, confused, hurt, and sad. I didn't know what was going on. I just wanted to wear what I felt like was right. As I grew older, things started to get real bad. I was at that age where I looked in the mirror and hoped it was just a horrific nightmare. I just wanted to wake up. But unfortunately, this nightmare was reality. I was never going to wake up. I realized I was trapped in the wrong body, as young as I can remember. I've always been so girly, all my life. So 7 years later, my mom gave birth to my little brother Jason. He was a chubby little one, super cute little boy. So after he was born, we decided to move to the city. It was goodbye Prince Rupert and hello Vancouver. 5 years after Jason was born, my cute little Jacqueline was born. Finally, a biological female was born. Totally jealous. Hate her. My parents treasured her. There were 4 J's in the family: Jimmy, John, Jason, and Jacqueline. 3 on the 28th. Mine was July 28th. Jimmy was April 28th. Jacqueline was May 28th. And Jason, well, he was a little chubby, so he ended up coming out on March 30th. We all lived in a small home, somewhere in Vancouver, but we kept moving and moving and moving. Never had a stable childhood, no real friends. Let's jump to high school. In grade 8, I went to Guilford Park High. I was pressured to blend in to be a typical Nammer boy, wearing North Face and being a little jerk. All along, I knew who I really was. I just had to play the part society wanted us to be. Things got ugly, and I was bullied and hurt. People called me names, people hurt me, and it was just a very bad experience. I had to switch schools and thought I had to change my name so the bullies wouldn't find me. I picked a boy name that was feminine. I went with Julian. New school, people were nice, but I was still hiding in the closet. One day, I was driving. I got into a car accident. I was turning and got T-boned. A very scary feeling. Thought I was dead, but God gave me a second chance in life. And at that very moment, I knew I had to live my life. I could have died, and that proved to me that life is short. So soon after I came out to my high school that I was gay. I was a young, uneducated teenager. No one would understand what transgender meant. I lost all my guy friends and gained many girlfriends. My plan was to be friends with the most prettiest girls in school. So if any guys gave me crap, they'd get in trouble by the girls. No one wanted to mess with me. At home, it was tough. My parents didn't accept me. They hated me. They called me an embarrassment. They didn't want to have a gay child. They abused me, and I was depressed for years. But as time passed by, they started to accept me. My parents decided to separate. So it was goodbye family. All of us went with our mom, and it was just us for a while, until she met my stepdad, which I see him as my real dad. I never had a real connection with my real dad, but I connected with my new one. 2 new boys came into the picture. So in total, it was Jimmy, Jason, Jacqueline, Brandon, Patrick, and myself. But obviously, that was not enough kids. So my mom had a new baby named Jasmine. All these girls' names were making me jealous. The last year of high school, I decided to make YouTube videos. I started out making funny, ridiculous videos. John and Julie, do you guys remember that? The series where I would play 2 people. I wanted to be an actor, so why not try it on YouTube so I could see how I did on camera? I didn't get much attention, but as time went by, people started to notice me. I always had a passion for makeup and cosmetics. I leaned towards making self-help videos and also makeup. When I turned 19, I had a job. I worked to make money. I was basically legal to do things without consent. I thought to myself that I needed to live my life. I needed to be happy. And at that time, I wasn't. The truth is, I was depressed. I hated my body because it wasn't who I am. I took a huge jump and decided to transition. First step was to get hormones. So I searched up for my local LGBT community group and they pointed me in the right direction. I then was seeing my doctor for hormones. It was expensive. It cost me around $100 every month. And these helped me develop my boobs, hips, and ass. Kabam. I let my hair grow out and the next step was to legally change my name. It was expensive. It took a long time, but I knew it would be worth it in the end. Finally, I received my first letter that would change my life. It was a big milestone in my life. My name change certificate. It was official. I dropped the L-I-A-N at the end of Julian and added an I-E. I became Julie. I always secretly loved that name. I was actually going to suggest it to my parents when they had Jacqueline, but no way. I knew it had to be saved for one day. I started to dress full-time and went out in public. I was mortified. Everyone stared at me, everyone pointed at me and laughed, but I always had feminine features, so I was somewhat okay looking. One summer night, I met this cute boy online. He was a fan of me. We chatted online and decided to meet up. And this might sound cheesy, but it was love at first sight. He met me when I first started to transition, and he knew all about me. He was different from all the other guys. He was very open-minded, caring, and non-judgmental. He was there when I first took my hormones. He held my hand throughout my whole entire transition without shame. We got along very well. We are best friends, and that is something beautiful to be when you love someone. We have been together for almost 2 years now, and he has supported me and stood by my side since day one. I love you, honey. And of course, I wouldn't have the courage to have done it all if it wasn't for all of you. I don't like to call you guys my fans because I'm not someone amazing. I'm just a normal girl with a normal life that just wants to pay it forward by making videos to brighten up your day. To me, you all are my supporters, and I can't thank you all enough. You've all made my dark days brighter, and I hope I can return the favor. It has almost been 3 years now that I've been on YouTube. I hope you all continue to join my journey and follow me through my transition. In conclusion, I just want to remind you all that you can achieve anything you wish as long as you keep trying and believe in yourself. I've gone this far, and you can too. Thank you for watching. Yours truly, Princess Jules.